Hello, everyone. I'm I'm Matthew here with the NOLAnerdcast. Clearly not a smoker. I'm at Wizard World New Orleans Comic Con with the one and only Kody Chamberlain. How are you doing, sir?
Hi, I'm good.
You're nice and healthy today.
Yeah,
Just
my
gonna
eye
put
works
that
this
down.
year.
It's fantastic.
I can see. There's no pain. It's awesome.
Now, if you're not sure who Kody Chamberlain is, this is the man who wrote and drew the book Sweets, which we discovered our first year here, and it was a fantastic read, and that you've been always like teasing the other stuff you've been working on.
That's right.
Now, you've hit the big time. You
Huge,
are
huge. Yeah, it's a really big deal.
He is now doing art for an Image Comics book with writer Joshua Hale Fialkov. And what can you tell us about Punks?
Punks has the aesthetic of like the old punk rock flyers, and all the art's actually done paste up. So I have an old photocopier, X-Acto blade, Scotch tape, and I'm kind of laying everything down on the paper, scanning that in. So it's really hard to describe what it is. We get compared a lot to the young ones, the old BBC series. But I sort of tell people it's a comedy done in the style of punk rock flyers that has like a Looney Tunes influence.
Yeah.
So that's
really
actually the closest I can get.
That's actually a good breakdown of it.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is it's a very funny book, and a lot of it is due to the visuals. But do you ever team up with Joshua, or can I call him Josh? Have we hit that level yet?
Josh, yeah.
All right, Josh, we're cool now. Do you and Josh sit down together and collaborate, or is it more he gives you the scripts and then you kind of just work with it, or do you have some leeway?
We typically get on chat, like the Google chat or something like that, or text message, and we bounce ideas back and forth usually. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did this, or here's a cool stunt we can try. And then he'll go off and write the script, full script, send it to me, I do the art. I'll sort of add my own influence or do things, or he'll call for certain things that I can't do because it's photographs. I'm not drawing it. So if he calls for a prop I don't have, I sort of improvise with something a little different that still matches the tone of what he wanted. Send it back, and he does like a polish, and that's what comes out. It's a fantastic collaboration.
I love it, and several issues are already out now. And I mean, but
right.
How does it feel to go from doing your own creator-owned book like Sweets, where you did everything, to being part of an Image Comics book and one that's been well received? It's I'm just so happy that you're still speaking to the little guy now that you're such a big fish.
Well, Sweets is also an Image comic. But Punks goes all the way back to 2004, I believe, when I first met Josh.
Oh, really?
I met him at I think the Long Beach Comic Con, what's it called, Wizard Los Angeles in Long Beach, I think is what it was. And so I walked up to his table, saw some of his stuff. It was hysterical, and I sort of told him about this punk rock aesthetic I wanted to try in a comic. And he actually had a story in mind about a band at the time. And you'll see in the first issue there some remnants of Fist playing a guitar and things like that in the old first issue. And so, we go way back to the first issue came out in 2007. We did a second issue, and finally bringing it back. So we go way back on.
Wow, I had no idea. That's really cool. So, wow, I never even knew that Sweets was an Image book. I guess back in that time with Sweets and Chew with Rob, Image wasn't that household name that it is now. Now, when a book comes out for Image, it's a big deal, and I'm really glad that you can be part of that, and I'm glad that you're here today. It's always good to talk to you.
Several years ago, the spotlight of Image was on the original founders, and rightly so.
Right.
It was Eric Larson and McFarlane and Jim Lee and those guys. But they've opened the doors to a lot of new creators to come in and do their own books. The system they have set up is fantastic for creators to come in. So I think over the years, the brand has sort of shifted from being those original founders to being just a place for creators to do their own stuff. So at least in my perception of the company, it has evolved a bit into something that's a lot bigger than just the original founders and a few small books.
Right.
Now it seems like the bulk of what Image is known for, the Walking Deads and things like that, aren't necessarily the founders. They're the newer properties.
I can't even remember something that a founder has done lately. It's really all about the new guys, or the guys coming from other companies that want to do their own work. Now, is Punks is this a story that has a set end? Is it a mini-series? Is it going to go on as long as you guys want it to be? Is there a game plan with it?
Well, Punks is technically an ongoing, but each issue is self-contained.
Right.
So you can pick up any issue number and read the first couple stories, and they'll make sense. We are reprinting the old stuff in the back, which is longer. So the first 5 issues contains the original Punks issue 1 in the back. But you don't need, it doesn't matter. You can still enjoy the book for the first couple stories without any of the material. So it's sort of, we do a story, we finish it, and then we reset. Nice. And then we do a new story.
I like the casual, just punks number 1.
Yeah. So it's a very open format. We can do whatever we want with it. We can kill characters, come back, and they're all back alive again. It's they're like clay, just lumps of clay we can push around and mold into whatever we need.
That's that's awesome. I'm glad that. So now you have Sweets and Punks. Are you working on anything else at the moment, or is Punks really like just taking up most of your time?
Well, yeah, I'm rolling on Punks every day, but I'm also writing a new crime book. Right now, it looks like about 12 issues. I don't know exactly where it's going to fall. I haven't even started editing yet, so once I get into the editing process, it may shave down to 10. It may get a little bigger. I really don't know yet. I can't say too much about it. I haven't even pitched it yet. No one's even seen it. But it's a straight crime book.
So it's an exclusive. NOLAnerdcast exclusive right here.
That's right. You're getting the scoop. It is set in New Orleans. It's about a private investigator, I can tell you that. And just really a fun story. And it's a lot bigger world than Sweets was. A lot of characters, a lot of sub-levels to the storyline.
Nice. And now, lastly, do you want to give a little shout-out to Josh? Mr. Fialkov?
Oh, he's everywhere. The life after, the bunker. I mean, he's exploding.
No, I mean like directly talk to him.
Oh, directly to him? No interest in that at all.
Yeah. I can't think of what I would want to ask him either. Now, we always end our interviews with a random question.
Yes.
It was cake versus pie, sharks versus dolphins. We did who's your favorite Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to ask you pirates versus ninjas. Who do you take?
Ninjas, easy.
Boom.
Easy.
I'm not saying that I'm biased,
Yeah.
but I am. Because
why is that even a question?
Someone chose pirates.
Probably a pirate, right?
Must be in disguise.
Can't be
Kody,
trusted.
always a pleasure.
Thank you very much for the time. I appreciate it.
I hope Punks is a huge
guys.
success, and I can't wait to see more of it.
Thank you very much for the time.
NOLAnerdcast. Woo!